And he knows every thought that you've ever had. Every action you've ever done. And every thought you will ever have from now until eternity's done. Every action you're going to take from now until eternity's done. And he knew it before any of it started, because it says that he chose us before the foundations of the world. Before anything started, he actually already knew all of that, and he still chose us. And we wonder if he still wants us when we make a choice here, because he chose us, but then we made a choice here, and maybe he's going to change his mind, but he already knew the end from the beginning before he chose us. He's not surprised. You know, to be disappointed, you have to have an appointment that was dissed. You can't disappoint God because there is no appointment. There's nothing that you can do that's surprising to him. He already knew you were going to do it. And he chose you knowing you were going to do it. He already made provision for it before you did it, because he was the lamb that was slain from the foundations of the world. The cross was just manifesting into the physical what had already happened in the spiritual. Before he created, he was a redeemer. And he doesn't change his heart of redemption because you make a mistake. We really don't believe that. We know it. But we really don't believe it. And you know you don't believe it because when you make a mistake, your first thought isn't to run to God. Because if you knew it, your first thought would be to run to God. But your first thought is to figure out how to make it right or how to hide it. Or how to go on like it didn't happen. Or how to make excuses for it so that you feel better about yourself instead of just running to him and say, I messed it up again. I'm sorry. I knew you knew that I was going to do that. And I know it still hurts your heart and it hurts my heart. But I know that we're still good. Because you never change. Can we start this over again? Can we try again? And it really is that easy. I mean, it's really that easy. The first time, the 10th time, the 100th time, the 1000th time. All it takes is to turn back to him and say, Lord, I did it again. I need help. And we're all the way back to zero. You don't go from 1,000 to 999. All the way back to zero. And he throws all of that history into the sea called forgetfulness where you can't find anything. And we walk about wondering when God's going to remember how bad we actually are, and deciding that the reason that he hasn't answered our prayer, the reason that he hasn't done this, and the reason for this situation is because he's remembering all that stuff that he forgot. Because we're not actually listening to the voice of our Father, we're listening to the voice of an accuser. But the voice of the Father does not remember. It says as far as the east is from the west. I mean, this is before they really had a full concept of the fact that the world was round and there was a North Pole and a South Pole. Do you ever wonder why he didn't say the North from the South? Because you can head north and end up going south. But you cannot head east and ever end up going west.